Yo, what up, though? Shout out to everybody, man. My followers and, everybody across the industry trying to get to this money. Y'all know what it is. It's been a while, man. It's been probably a couple of weeks since I did a video. Don't know trying to figure out which way I wanted to gear my channel towards because, for those who've been knowing me over the years, 5, 6, 7 years, I've been doing DFS videos, daily fantasy videos, shit like that. And, sportsbooks has really been taken over. And it's in my state and, in a few other states and stuff like that. So trying to gravitate, some content towards that way, it can be frustrating if you're not just somebody out here just giving out straight picks and going about your business. You know what I'm saying? I really like to touch on NBA and the NFL. So, with that being said, like the video. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Almost at 1,000 subscribers, I'd be able to go live. Then YouTube would be on some bullshit. That's all good, though. Anyway, my social media links will be in, my Twitter and everything else, all nice. You know what I'm saying? And shout out, like I say, shout out to the Facebook group, man. Twitter, everybody, man. Everybody that's rocking with me, man. I can't be, I can't do it without you guys, man. We got a nice, juicy NBA slate today. 6 games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did just get word that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we did just get word that who was that? Let me see. Pull up my Twitter. Jaylen Brown is doubtful. Okay. Then we got Kemba Walker available. Jason Tatum available. That's the news for today. That's my fantasy labs. This is my Twitter. I use 2 Twitters because I need them. Like I say, I'm a fantasy player first, so we deal with a lot of numbers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of pair performances and things like that. So you have to stay in tune with the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not first and foremost, you have to follow. You gotta follow Fantasy Labs for NBA. If you're not following them, you're doing it wrong. And if you're following, if you're following me or you're not following me or you're interested in things like this, I have like a list. You know what I'm saying? So this is an NBA DFS list right here, and you can subscribe to the list. You can just go to my list. Go to my list on Twitter. On my Twitter, and go to my list, and I'm following someone. This is a road list, so I'm following them. But it's very helpful. 229 members, a lot of beat writers, PR, teams PR, and injury news, and everything. Everything that goes with that. The Athletic, like this is the Athletic. Like they say, who will secure the last 2 playing spots in the East? These are the things that you need to know. We have less than a month of the regular season, and they have their play-in. So all of these things, outside of the numbers, we need to know who's actually playing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a spot in the playoffs, and we need to know who's tanking. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have them out there fucking up our money. So so I generally use a couple Twitters and things like that, especially with somebody that's I'm somebody who's pretty much into my numbers already. Considering that we went through a whole season, so it's important to know your numbers and teams' weaknesses and things like that, and rotations and stuff like that, because a short rotation can get you money. You know what I'm saying? And I generally talk about same game parlays. We all know that same game parlay is the shit. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all already know this shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of all my people in the group, y'all already know. And they hidden. And I like to think of it, it's a hell of a game mode, okay? some people think it's not your average parlay, okay? The predicted game flow and things like that, stat lines or whatever the case may be. And I generally like to look at it as a straight bet. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at it as a straight bet, I look at it personally as a straight bet. You know what I'm saying? And I straight bet. I straight bet on games here and there. I don't bet on games all the time. I don't. I just don't. The NBA has been so volatile. You know what I'm saying, this year. So it's been crazy. Betting on games. But I'll throw a parlay ticket together here and there, or I'll straight bet something that I'm feeling very confident in. But back to the same game parlay, I really think, from my standpoint, I like to look at them as straight bets. You know what I'm saying? As a straight bet. And when you're putting these odds together and things like this, same game parlays and stuff like that. Why I say I like to look at it as a straight bet, because I'll bet on 200. Plus 100, 150 odds when I do a same game parlay, or 200 odds, or plus 300 odds. I'll bet on that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no motherfucking rules to this shit. There's none. These folks will take your fucking money. So you better go in there and you get it how you live, okay? I'm trying to tell you, all right? And you can build your bankroll up, and you got to do it, and you do what you got to do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the season is winding down. For my folks who use the NBA for their bread and butter, and you out here bullshitting, boy, you better stop playing. So don't, like I always say, no bet too small. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to profit, not deposit, okay? I had a rough day yesterday, man. Rough day yesterday. A little bit about me. I work every day. I work overnight. I commute. My commute to work is 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. I do like 3 12-hour shifts a week, So my time is very limited. I sleep through the day and I work through the night, I'll probably be able to catch a basketball game on Saturday nights. That's the only night that I'm off. I might get one Sunday night off a month. All right. Recap yesterday for my tickets. You could look at them. This was a 16 pick. Gary Trent Jr., he blew me. I'll get my money back for this one. I'll get $25 back because I only missed one pick. This was my first one right here. It was a 16 pick, so, it is what it is. Moving on over, I took a stab at a few player props right here. Kobe White, he got 14 points for me. He missed it by 1. And then the Sacramento Kings, this was 2 weak-ass defenses. I should have known better not to go. I couldn't find a bet. And I was trying to stay under 200 odds or better. So, if you stay under 200 odds, under 200 odds better, and 5 or more with FanDuel, you could get your money back if you miss one leg. So I always try to take advantage of those promotions. This was a straight bet right here that I made. I really had confidence in Memphis Grizzlies to win that game. They set up there and lost. This would have covered my bets. This straight bet would have covered my bets. I was really confident in that bet. It would have covered my bets for the day. What was this here? The same game parlay that I was off by 3. Chicago Bulls. Disappointed on that one. And here's another parlay that I missed by. This was 14 selections. I missed by 1. Trae Young, he got hurt. He probably could have had the 2 threes, but he got hurt. So I missed that one by 1. Here's a parlay that I was took the Cleveland on the money line, Toronto money line, Phoenix money line, alternate spread, Dallas Mavericks minus 4.5. Then I took the Memphis on the money line. I was pretty bullish on them. I lost that. And another same game parlay that I did was Everybody hit. It's a Pokusevsky. He got hurt in the first quarter, I believe. So I had him for 2 made threes and 11 points, over 10 and a half, 11 points. Yeah. So oh, and this last ticket that I did was yeah, I got hit, but this one here I was doing too much. I had these were my locks right here. Kristaps Porzingis is somebody who's been up and fucking down. He fucked me out of that. And I should have known better to take Jokic for a triple-double and the win, for the simple fact that going up against Portland, they had two nice bigs. When you got Yusuf Nurkic and you got Cantor, it was just not the smart thing to do. Even though he had 9 rebounds, but, it was just not the smart thing to do. And that's about it. So let's get right into this slate right here. Let me just point out a few things that I like. First and foremost, let's start off with the New Orleans Pelicans and the Orlando Magic here. For the sports books, they're only going to have the starters out, but they play a lot of games. They play a lot of games. Okay. They hide high usage players from us, players such as Terrence Ross, which I think he's going to be doubtful today. So keep an eye out for him. And before I get into this, listen, a lot of y'all fumble, a lot of us fumble with these, whether you're playing DFS, you fumble with lineups or you fumble with bets on the sportsbook community. Keep in mind, you need to be glued to Twitter 2 hours before lock and up until each game lock. That's when the real slate starts. That's where you get your money at. That's where you find value at. Whether it's you're playing DFS or you playing on the sports books. That's where you're going to find the value at. Another thing, if you're familiar with the injury reports every single day, there's nothing wrong with taking a swing betting against the injury report. There's nothing wrong with it because the books are not going to adjust. For example, now, especially early in the season, Kemba Walker. Let's say Kemba Walker. He hasn't been playing back-to-backs. Now, he might play a back-to-back, but they're on the front end of a back-to-back today. Chances are Kemba Walker might miss the game tomorrow, okay? So, it has betting against the injury report. It has its pros and cons. If you got a few dollars to throw away to bet against the injury report, then be my guest, man. Some people know these injury reports like the back of their hand, okay? Another prime example of betting against the injury report, you're going to get Detroit and San Antonio. Now, Greg Popovich. You know. He will pop your ass, okay? You look around, you turn around, DeMar DeRozan ain't fuck around, don't be playing. DeJounte Murray might be out and, all types of stuff. One thing about this Detroit team, no matter who they run out there, especially when they sit Jeremy Grant and they sit Plumlee, those boys, they still going out there playing hard, all right? So those are the few things I want to point out. Back to this New Orleans and Phoenix game right here. New Orleans and Orlando game. Keep an eye on the injury reports and these rotations. Orlando is shorthanded, okay? You might get James Ennis back today. That's going to take minutes away from Dwayne Bacon, okay? He might pop right back up into the starting lineup, which he would, and then you'll get somebody like Bacon coming off the bench, okay? But if they add the players to the player pool early, you might still get Bacon in there. So these things that you need to know before you start taking stabs at certain players and locking them in, all right? Now, Terrence Ross. Here's a guy who has pretty decent usage on the team, but he never pops up on the books, all right? He never does. They be on bullshit with that. Sometimes they need to throw this guy on the books, all right? Now, you'll find value in picks on the Orlando side, some picks like Chuma Okeke, all right? Here's somebody who does have 15, 20-point upside, but he doesn't flash it like that, all right? This matchup is a pace-up matchup for Orlando, okay? Means anything can happen. If Okiki can end up getting hot, you can find some value in this pick. I think his 15-point play is about, it's probably plus, his 15-point play is probably plus, what? Plus 300, I believe. Let me see. I haven't really, let me see. His 15-point prop, 225, okay? Alternates haven't even been out or anything of that nature. But in this matchup, you know, you got multiple guys right here that you can lock in for 10. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Lonzo Ball is somebody who really can't be trusted. I probably wouldn't even lock him in for 10, to tell you the truth. Bledsoe can't be trusted either. But this is for informational purposes only, okay? You know, you can throw these guys in there. Now, keep in mind, for whatever reason it is, I don't even know why they don't even have Cole Anthony on the books right now. It's absurd to me. I just don't understand why I don't have him on the books. So these are the players that you need to know about. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like Okiki and you got guys like Cole Anthony, all right? Cole Anthony, his last 3 games, his minutes has been ramped up. He's played 29, 34, and 31 minutes. Usage has been there, you know, over 10 shot attempts a game, a decent amount of assists and rebounds for a point guard, and he's getting over 15 points. This is a decent matchup. Can he bomb? Yes, he can bomb, but we're not dwelling on that, okay? Cole Anthony is very much in play in DFS and on the books. You know, so if you want to wait on him, you want to wait on him. But I'm letting you know right now that this type of usage does lie right there, you know, on the team. All right. Now, we already know Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. These are the two most highest usage players on the New Orleans Pelicans. We don't even have to go there. It is what it is. If you're playing same game parlays, you can. There's like 6 picks right there. You know, right here. I mean, like you could go with you can go points, rebounds, and assists for Zion Williamson. The minutes are there for them. You know, 35 to 40 minutes. The usage is there. So that's 3 picks gone out the door right there. Brandon Ingram, you know, he's going to be out there. You know that. He's going to be out there. That's, you know, points, rebounds, and assists. That's 3 picks right there for you. Wendell Carter Jr., given a matchup, you know, here's somebody who's been ultra consistent since he's been over there. He's got Mo Bamba. They were competing for that starting spot, but it looks like he's taking that away from Mo Bamba. And speaking of Mo Bamba, he is a guy that could pop off at any given time. Don't sleep on Mo Bamba, and especially in a matchup like this, up pace, you know, minutes equal opportunity, and the minutes is there. So, Wendell Carter Jr., he's been playing awesome as of late. He's been very efficient with the little shot attempts that he has been taking. 8 for 16, 8 for 12, 5 for 7, 6 for 8. The rebounds has been there, you know, going up against a tough matchup going up against Steven Adams. You never know what Steven Adams you're going to get, okay? But, you know, he's been playing very well as of late. Now, Eric Bledsoe's and stuff like that. I don't want to run my motherfucking blood pressure up with the Lonzo Balls and the Eric Bledsoe's and stuff like that. Although these guys, they don't show up, they can pop off at any time. They can either help you, or if you're taking unders and shit like that, they can hurt you. All right. Moving on over to this Phoenix and Boston game. Now, Jaylen Brown is doubtful. All right. On the Boston side of things, these guys are the usual suspects, like the Jason Tatums. I'm going to tell you right now. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, even though he's doubtful, I still got to talk about him. Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, these guys, and Tristan Thompson. These guys are going to be out there for 30 to 40 minutes a game. And take Jason Tatum, for example. 37, 40, 28, 38, 33, 41, 42 minutes, okay? 14, 44, 14, 32, 28, 53. Real points. These are real points. He does have rebounds, 10 rebound upside, he will throw a few dimes in there. He had a weak triple-double against my Bulls, but it is what it is. Give him credit. He had a triple-double. Shout out to homie in the group. I seen you. He said, what if he gets a triple-double today? That was on that day. The usage is there. 17, 25, 14, 17, 23, 25, 21 shot attempts. This is a pace-down matchup going up against a good Phoenix defense, though. But the usage is going to be there. We know how Boston is and how they can be. Another thing I want to point out, okay? This ain't the NBA of the old, okay? This is the new NBA, all right? So what I'm going to is points and correlations, all right? If you take Jason Tatum to get 24 points, 25 points, or 30 points, which a lot of people already know this already, but a lot of people don't know this already, okay? So you want to correlate your points and know your personnel. These guys over here in Boston, they shoot a lot of threes, okay? And as well as the rest of the NBA. 30 points, he's going to hit 3 or 4 threes, 2, 3, or 4 threes, or whatever. Correlate some of them, okay? Points, threes, all right? Make it make sense. Make your best make sense, okay? Just don't be bouncing all around the place, all right? The three-point usage for Tatum, 1 for 4, 9 attempts, 5 attempts, 7 attempts, 7 attempts, 10 attempts, 9 attempts, 10 attempts, 9 attempts. The list goes on and on. These are just three-point attempts alone, okay? Now we got that out the way. And like I say, on Kemba Walker, same thing, self-explanatory. These guys, they play the same type of way. Jason Tatum's just more efficient or whatever, but the usage should be there for him as well, especially in the absence of Jaylen Brown. Look at the three-point attempts, 11, 3, 11, 7, 10, list goes on, all right? Marcus Smart, who's somebody's going to see a usage bump in the absence of Jaylen Brown. Last game, he took 15 shots. He went 3 for 11 for 3. Shout out to Marcus Smart. He's been playing some great basketball. Last year and this year, he's doing a little bit of everything in each category. Okay, so you can pick and choose your shots when you want to take shots at these guys, either on DFS or on the books. Okay, you can take these high usage players. These guys are going to be out there. Smart, Kemba, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. You can take these high usage players and double and triple down on them on points, rebounds, assists, stuff like that. And you can do away with these low usage players and stuff like that. I love in the matchup Chris Paul, especially if he gets some defense from Kemba Walker. Loving that matchup. It just depends on if he wants to be aggressive or not. He can rack it up for you in a multitude of ways. We all know in any given day he has a triple-double upside. Now, this is where I want to see Chris Paul at right here. These last 2 games, he's took 17 shots, 20 shots. This is where I want to see him at. Aggressiveness. I want to see him ultra aggressive. But we don't know what Chris Paul we will see each and every day. That's what makes him a frustrating player to bet on, okay? Devin Booker. Someone who can, he can give you a little bit of rebounds, a little bit of assists, but you can't trust a certain number. So it's like, sometimes you just want to, he's a stairway. Boston's defense hasn't been that great as of late. So I won't mind, taking Devin Booker for about a 20, 25 piece ball. We already know he can give you 30, 40, whatever the case may be, if that's needed. My bad. Somebody just called my phone. But anyway, DeAndre Ayton, he's a big-time rebounder. He's going up against Tristan Thompson. It's going to be a tough matchup. Tristan Thompson is a good rebounder as well, especially on the offensive glass. keep an eye out on the status for Jay Crowder. If Jay Crowder doesn't be able to go, it might not be elevated usage for Mikal Bridges. You might see somebody like Cameron Johnson pop up on the in the books. If he doesn't pop up on the books, keep in mind he's there. He'll 9 times out of 10 he'll probably be starting. He shoots a decent amount of threes. He does hit the three at a decent clip, So keep that in mind if he pops up on the books. All right. He played 30 minutes last game. He can spark some upside. It is what it is. And that's about it. Let's just move on over to this Philly and Milwaukee game. I just want to say a few things about this game right here. ABC is questionable. Ben Simmons questionable. Tobias Harris questionable. I just don't know what to think and where to go. We just got to keep our eye out on the injury situation here. One thing I do know is I love skilled bigs against Milwaukee. You get somebody like Brook Lopez, who's allergic to defense and allergic to rebounding. If Joel Embiid ends up going, he can have a field day here, barring any foul trouble. Okay. What else? Milwaukee is a team that gives up a lot of threes. Okay. They do give up a lot of threes, so I know my people. Y'all know who y'all is. Y'all going to be looking at Danny Green for the books. I know y'all going to be doing it. And his usage will be elevated if you get guys like Seth Curry and Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris out. So this is a wait-and-see approach. It's a good game. If everybody ends up going, this would be a good game for basketball from a basketball standpoint, okay? But with the injury report and how wild it's been, close to lock, the game's locked, you just start seeing a multitude of players being out. So that's why I say, and what you should know already is, the party don't start till at least an hour and a half or 2 hours before lock. That's when all the news is going to be dropping. Keep your eyes glued throughout the day. Throughout the day. Gather your thoughts throughout the day. All right. Detroit and San Antonio. I got a sick feeling that one of these guys are going to be out. Okay, if not, multiple guys are going to be out. You got DeMar DeRozan, DeJounte Murray. Some of these motherfuckers are going to be out. Dealing with Greg Popovich, so keep an eye on that situation and keep an eye out on the Detroit situation too, man, because these guys will be out too. If these guys in Detroit are out, you got guys like Plumlee and Grant out. You can look for guys like Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey, usage to go up. You know what I'm saying, things like that. And on Josh Jackson. In the absence of those guys, we know he can put up. If he gets hot, he can put some numbers up offensively. You know what I'm saying? So you're really gonna need some injury news for him. Now, Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes has been, he's been playing. It's good to see him back from injury first and foremost. Now, it'll be good to see him spark some upside, but, they're going to throw him on the books. He's going to be on the books no matter what, okay? So it's important that, that you get the injury report. So once you get the injury report, you'll be able to know what his usage is like. He's not a big-time offensive threat. He's not a high usage guy. So it's good to know. It's good to know your personnel. Because when you go out there and, you want to roster him on DFS or you want to play him on the books and then you're wondering why he's not getting 10 points and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? He's that top rookie choice. Well, you got to know your personnel. You got to know he's not that much of a high usage player, okay? So at any given time, he could give you anything. It's just going to make it really risky if you go to him, all right? Corey Joseph is getting the minutes, okay? If these guys end up being out, Corey Joseph is the one who's been getting the minutes, all right? He's just the ultimate. he's the ultimate backup point guard, but he knows how to play. He's a good point guard. You know, he come in, give you assists, give you points. Whatever he give you, whatever the coach asks you, he's gonna go out there and do it. Okay. Now, like I said, but on the San Antonio side of things, make sure you keep an eye out for the injury report. I can't go no further with these guys without knowing the injury report. They look good right now, but these guys will end up being out on you. Charlotte and Chicago. This is the game. You know, this is another game that you want to really target for same game parlays and DFS wise. Okay, this is probably my favorite game right here for between Charlotte and New Orleans is my favorite game to target right here for same game parlays. I don't mind Boston either because you know exactly where the usage is coming from. Now, let's talk about this Charlotte game right here. This Bulls game. This Bulls and Charlotte. Okay. There's not much to talk about on the Chicago side, so I'll get right to it. We know Levine is out. And, you know, that's just about it. The rest of these guys, they ass. I don't know. No, you know Levine is out. They just got thrashed by Cleveland, which I knew they was going to get beat up by Cleveland. I knew Sexton was going to just give it to them. But anyway, I don't mind the spot Vucevic is in. It's just what are we doing now? What are we doing now? What are they? You know, are they feeling confident enough to play, stay in the hunt, whatever the case may be? He had a tough matchup. Jared Allen can be a tough cookie if he wants to. So now he went 4 for 12 against Jared Allen. He only had 9 points. The Bulls just got their ass beat up all game. But we know Nikola Vucevic can give you, 30, 40 points if he can. He has that type of upside. The only two guys I'm looking at, if I was to ever pick one of these guys for same game parlays or anything of that nature, I would be looking for him and Kobe White. Kobe White, they're just gonna have to shoulder the load. On the sports books, you're gonna see guys like you're probably gonna see Kobe White, Vucevic. You might see somebody like who else? Like fucking Williams. You're gonna see Williams. You're gonna see Garrett Temple. Like, come on, man, stop it. Stick with the high usage players and just roll with them. Kobe White, he's seeing elevated usage. Don't mind the matchup. The matchup is decent. Kobe White is somebody who can get hot, so he can give you 15, 20 points, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the close game. So I don't mind going to Kobe White in same game parlays and Nikola Vucevic. Now, these guys here, Charlotte, when you're doing same game parlays and things like that, keep in mind, you don't even have to touch the opposing team, okay? It's no rules to this, okay? If you want to come over here to the Charlotte side of things, you don't even have to fucking pick a bull. You don't. You can just stack Charlotte up and get your paper, okay? So, start off with Terry Rozier, Scary Terry. The minutes are there, 39, 40, 43, 36. Y'all know this, okay? The points are there. The matchup is there. Up tempo, whatever you want to call it, is there. He's somebody, as of late, his last 5 games, he's had 6 rebounds or better. The assists, they're there. He's out there really balling, okay? The attempts, 17, 24, 21, 20, 17, 19. He's taking monster shot attempts and along with the 3-point attempts. Remember I told you, correlating your bets, points and threes. Look at the 3-point attempts. 4 for 9, 7 for 13, 2 for 9, 4 for 10, 4 for 9. This ain't your average bet. This ain't the old days. They out there shooting threes. And guess what? The whole damn team out there shooting threes. Look at Miles Bridges. The minutes. Everybody over here going to get their fair share. The usual suspects playing 35 to 40 minutes a game. 38 minutes, 38, 39, 37, 36, 41, 37, 41. Minutes equal opportunity. higher usage players. These are the guys you want to target. 15 points, 19 points, 30, the list goes on. He will give you rebounds, a few assists here and there, you know what I'm saying? So the shot attempts, the 16, 14, 18, 15, 12, 17, 13, it's there. The three-point attempts, 9, 7, 10, 8, 5, 10. Look, this is what they're doing. This is what it's come to, okay? Devontae Graham, another guy right here, the point guard, okay? He can really pass the ball, you know what I'm saying? He has a decent little dime on him. 7 assists, 7, 6, 7, 5, 5, 5, 6. He's consistently around that 5 to 6, 7 assist range. The minutes are there for him. He just came back, played 29 minutes last game. He's been gone since the 14th, okay? Going up against New York, tough defense, but check this out. He don't shoot nothing but threes, okay? Look, 10 field goals attempts, 7 of them was threes. 16 field goal attempts, 13 with threes. 19 attempts, 13 with threes. 13 attempts, 12 was threes. 12 attempts, 12 was threes. You get my drift? So correlate your bets, okay? Now, here's a motherfucker right here that just totally blew my motherfucking parlay last time in the first quarter. I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. I'm an overs guy. I'm an over type of guy. Every time I stick my hand in that fucking unders cookie jar, I get burned, bro. I get burned on everything. I had him under 16 and a half or something, and he just went right out there in the first quarter and put up like 17 or 20 or some shit. Fuck my shit up. Anyway, same story. One thing about this guy, I don't know what's gotten into him. He was on the injury report since the 11th. He came back on the 18th. On the 18th, he took 11 threes, okay? On the 20th, he took 10 threes, all right? So I don't know if I can trust this trend. He's only been back for 2 games. I don't know if I can trust this trend, you know? So, he has been playing. He's at his best. Hold on. My fault. Hey, he's at his best with when he's playing most of his minutes at the 5, creating the mismatch problems and stuff like that for teams. So it's important to know the rotations and stuff like that. Other than that, you'll get that old PJ Washington, that 3, that 13, that 8, that 5, that 0. You know what I'm saying? Coming in at the 4. You know what I'm saying? Just not getting, not finding his mismatches and things like that. I know I dragged this video on out, man, but this is my first video in a while. I'm going to try to keep them short and simple, moving forward. This LA and Dallas game, I just can't get to it. I'm not even messing with it, you know what I'm saying? I know I might mess with it, but I'm not going to touch on it. You got Anthony Davis coming back. I think he'll be limited to 15 minutes. That probably put Drummond at the 5. That'll probably move Kuzma down to the 3. And then somebody's going to get their minutes axed. Maybe a lot of people are going to get their minutes cut. I know my people, they waiting to unleash the Caldwell Pope train. And I get it. It is what it is. Y'all getting money, and I love it. That's the way it is. That's the way it should be. So keep an eye out on the injury report with all these Q tags and everything like that. I'm not even going to touch on it. Thank you all for checking me out, or whatever the case may be, man. Like, subscribe. Let's get to this paper, man. For sure.